All right, I'm on hole number 8 of the Monster Marsh Tournament. I'm in Monday's qualifying round in the rookie division. Let's go to hole number 8. Still working on hole number 7, trying to figure out what the best way to go is with these low-level clubs. Still trying to dial it in. All right. So my normal with upper developed clubs, I like to start off on this side and go straight at it. There's really kind of 4 ways that you can play this hole. My number 1 choice is to go from right here and backspin it in. The other way you could do it, and it could be argued on whether or not on which way to go, is there's another shot that you can do from here, and you can bounce it over and you can bring it up towards the hole. When you do this shot, the thing I don't like about doing these bounce over shots, and I'll probably have to do that in this lower level account, in my 99 account, because I don't have a club with backspin in order to take this shot. The thing I don't like about this is that when you take a shot like this, you put this rough, this sand, this water, this sand, this rough all into play. Whereas when you take this shot, none of that stuff's in play. You're on the green. You're either making a hole-in-one or you're getting a putt, and then you move on to the next hole. This right here is, unless you do some epic fail thing and your cat jumped on your lap, this is a guaranteed birdie. Okay? And this right here, you have a really good shot, but you put all this stuff into play, so you're taking a risk. So there's 2 different ways you can go. The other way you can go is you can do a rough bump off this and pull it right towards the hole, but what you're going to need here is you're going to need a club that's got topspin. So if you've got lower developed clubs, you may not have, there's 2 things that you're not going to have. You may not have topspin, and you also need ball guide. Okay? Ball guide is going to tell you, if you've got a really accurate club that's got great ball guide, as you put that topspin on, you're going to be able to see whether you've got enough topspin on to get you up towards the hole. But if you've got lower developed stuff, these are 2 things that you don't have. So if you've got upper developed clubs, this rough bump might be really awesome. And depending on which way the wind's blowing, though, that's a fairly narrow. So if the wind's blowing side wind or anything like this, this is a pretty viable shot. I don't like to hit a lot of rough bumps when I have any kind of headwind, because headwind tends to lay those shots down, and you'll end up finding yourself in the sand a lot, or you'll get pushed back and just barely clip the rough, and you'll end up dribbling out. So if I've got headwind, those rough bumps can be dangerous. If you've got tailwind, pure tailwind, they can still be dangerous, but you just have to make really, really good wind adjustments. So those are going to be your 3 primary shots. 1, 2, 3. Let's say you come here and you've got it, and you don't like this shot, and based on your ball, you can't do either one of these in your club. You can come out here, and your ball guide's going to be leaning out this way, and you can curl it back on. So you're still on the green side, so you've taken all this stuff out of play, and you're curling it on. Your chances of getting a hole-in-one are really, really low, but you can get your putt, and move on to the next hole. So this is another viable option. And I do this a lot in one-on-one play, because I'm always wanting to practice these types of shots. But I'm going to take the shot from here, bouncing it over and trying to run it up towards the green. I think that's going to be my best option with this bag. And I'm going to take a backbone, and I'm going to take a navigator. I'm going to take a navigator. Let's buy some balls. I want to have 2 bags, one with a Saturn, one with a backbone, just in case. What other clubs do I got here? Vipa. Okay, I'm going to start off with a backbone. And I've been playing my backbone in this account wrong. I keep thinking 1.2 per ring, but I think here it's actually 1.5. It is. I was wondering why I was off with my backbone. So if you play multiple accounts, you need to know the numbers for all your clubs. 1.5. The cool thing about a Saturn, though, is a Saturn gets to 1.9 relatively quickly. And it doesn't really matter what kind of account you have. Where's my long irons? It gets to 1.9, where it gets to that 51 accuracy, and it's 1 point. Here it's 2. It gets to 56 when it gets, I think, the level 8 or 9, and then it's, so you're right there in that 1.92 per ring, so it stays pretty consistent throughout most of its lifespan. So if you have a Saturn, it's a pretty easy number to remember. Alright, got our backbone chosen. And let's open up a chest. Still working clubs in this account. And I haven't gone to Tour 5, so I don't have any of those clubs. I've just, the Tour 5 clubs I got during the, because Tour 5 is open, so I have access to those clubs if I played that tour, but I got those clubs in the golden, in the shootout, in the golden shootout. And I got a rock, a guardian, navigator. Let's see. Hoo-hoo. That's not good. That's definitely not good. Let's bring out a bigger ball here. Wow. That's definitely not good. Viper. Navigator. I'm going to start off over here to the right. 3-8. It's 2 rings. I'm at minimum club, so it's actually a little less than that. Max curl. Hit it great to the left. Had to snap that off because I was unprepared for this hole. Just try and bring it back over there. So that's what I was talking about, where if you find yourself in a spot where you're in between clubs, you've got the wrong club, instead of trying to push the issue and going straight for it, you can start off to the left. You've got fairway over here to work with, and this fairway, you can dig yourself back down towards the red line and then use curl to get yourself up there. What's my opponent using? They're using a Quasar and a Goliath. So this would be one of those holes where Goliath players, because a Goliath hits so much farther than a Saturn or a backbone, you can still be in your Goliath range because it hits 10 yards farther from the tee. And so the red line's going to be forward. So if you use a Goliath, this might be a great Goliath hole. I've never really played with a Goliath. But if I'm going to have to use a wood here, I did get, in the golden shot, I did get a Guardian. So I'm going to use a Guardian on this hole because that is going to be able to get me right up at it. And it'll give me some backspin. So this is definitely going to be a Guardian hole for me. Because I don't think my Viper doesn't have enough topspin to do the rough bump. And the way the wind's blowing there, that's a great wind for that rough bump. I might have missed that. Ooh. Yeah, that's brutal right there. So that was a good luck, good game. Let's go back and look at that hole. That hole did not play with these lower level clubs like I anticipate. I take that shot, the Guardian shot on this, in my normal bag, in my upper level account, I've got a Sniper or a Guardian are going to be the 2 woods that I'm going to have almost every time. So with either one of those, I can do the shot from over here, or I can do the rough bump because both of them have great topspin. Or the Sniper's got great topspin. With the Guardian, I'm going to do a backspin shot every time. So with a 1 power ball, with a 3 power ball, I just barely had enough room out here to do the shot, but I was so far back with the topspin that I would have had to use. I really didn't like that shot setup. So if you've got a Goliath, you know, his red line was up in this area here because a Goliath hits 10 yards farther from the tee. But where the red line is, the difference between a big dog and my long iron, you know, I have a huge red line area here, and trying to come at this with a big dog is not going to cut it. So if you have to use a wood, if you've got a Guardian in your bag, this is great because, in my opinion, this is the better area to hit in anyways. But if you find yourself in between like that, with the way the red line was out here like this, you can move yourself to the left, create a bigger distance to the cup, pick a spot out here, your ball guide's going out like this, and then you'll have to use curl to bring it back around, curl and side spin to bring it back around towards the cup. It's not this isn't like something that you want to like have in your bag because like that's the shot that's going to win me the game. But what that shot can do is that shot can put you on the green so that you can make your putt, get your birdie, and move on to the next hole. All right. Let's go back to the game. All right, that was hole number 8 of the Monster Marsh tournament in Monday's qualifying round of the rookie division. Thanks for watching.